happens when you have all your teeth pulled out? What happens to your gums? What happens to your bone? And what happens to your denture? I'm going to show you what happened to me. I had all my teeth extracted in 2021, June 1st, 2021, I think it was. And it is 2025 right now. So we are 21, 4 years, counting on my fingers, 4 years. And don't mind, we've got life going on here. Do you see this right here? I bought me a snow cone machine. I'm a child, yes. So anyway, what happens when you have all your teeth pulled out to your gums? Because I get a lot of questions and I hear a lot of comments, people saying, I had all my teeth pulled out and my dentures don't fit. I don't know what's happening because nobody ever tells you. I'm here to tell you, okay? So, your gums over your lifespan, once you have your teeth pulled out, your gums are going to keep shrinking until the day you die. Your bone absorbs. This jawbone right here, this bone right here, up here, that was holding your teeth in, your roots were in there from your natural teeth, and the bone was growing because every time you would take a bite, it would activate, we're going to call it activate. It would kind of activate that bone down there and say, oh, hey, I need to grow more bone because your roots are pressing on there and it's just telling I need to grow more bone. Now, when you have your teeth pulled out, you don't have that anymore. You don't have that root system in your gums anymore or in your jaws telling your bone to grow. So now what's going to happen is your bone is going to absorb. So I'm going to show you my very first denture that I had. I have a lot of dentures down here. So this was my very first denture that I had the day my teeth were extracted. They put this in my mouth and said, wear it. And I did. I wore this denture, at the bottom. I wore this denture for almost a year, maybe 11 months. And it did not fit me. The day that they put it in, it was very painful. I came home and I laid down. The next day I got up and tried to talk with this thing and it was just sliding. I kept wearing it. I kept wearing it because my dentist told me the more you wear this denture, the better the easier you'll get used to it. So I did that. Can I tell you guys that now? I've seen some awful looking dentures. No, I can't tell you that now because I've seen so many terrible sets of dentures that people are getting that it's just ridiculous. So I can't tell you that. I'm not giving you that advice because I'm just not. But I wore mine. Can you see this right here? See how nice that stands up right there? The inside, it stands up really nice. I had bone. I had all my bone and I had all my gums. In fact, I had the impressions for this denture taken before I had my teeth extracted. And then they sent that model to the lab and they knocked off the teeth, put these teeth on there and made this. So there it is. Now look at this bone right here. See that? See that? See how it goes straight up and down? I had nice bone then. Nice bone, good gums, all really good. So I'm going to show you the denture I have in now, which was my third denture. This is my third denture. I am having a new denture made. Subscribe, because I'm having a brand new denture made in a different design. It's not going to be the straight across. It's not going to be that. So then I went from this to this one. See the bone? See how this is straight up and down still? I had the impressions for this when I was probably 8 months in. We started this process. This is actually a Denture Box denture, 3D printed. The teeth are not 3D printed. The base on this is 3D printed. The teeth are not. So see how it still goes up and down and it looks really full in there? That is because I still had a lot of bone. Still had a lot of bone there. I still had a lot of gums there. My gums were shrinking and my bone was absorbing. Let me show you my next denture. Let me get it. It will be this one. This one right here. Let me show you the difference. See how nice this is? This is denture, my denture number 1, immediate denture. Had it put in over top my stitches. See this? See how that goes up? See how it's starting to take a V shape? Like this is going back and this is straight up and down. See that? Over time, this is going to get smaller because I'm losing bone. See the difference? See the height? I'm losing my bone. I'm losing my gums. My gums are going to keep shrinking to the day I die, and I have to deal with it. Dude, does it bother me? I had a CT scan done in my mouth because I thought I would really like implants. Not on the bottom. Not on the bottom. My bottom denture doesn't bother me one single bit. Does not bother me one single bit. In fact, if your dentist is telling you you're going to hate your dentures, you have to get implants. My dentist told me the same thing. And I'm like, well, you know what? Let me wear this denture for a while. Let me see if I like it or not. Because if I like it, I'm going to keep it because I don't want to put more metal into my body. I have a fusion. I have a 4-level fusion here with cadaver bone and screws and all the things. And then right here, from here down in my back, I have another fusion, a thoracic fusion. There's a rod in there and all the things, screws and stuff. I don't really want to put more metal in my body, but I don't like my upper denture. It's my upper denture that's giving me problems. So when I went out to see Denture Box about 2 years ago, Dr. Mark did a CT scan of my mouth and said, oh, well, you really have no bone up here to hold an implant. Your gums are sitting on tissue right now. So that was like 2 years after all of my extractions. 2 years after all of my extractions, I didn't have any, there was no bone. There was no bone left. So my denture is sitting on like basically my tissue now. So my tissue, the tissue changes sizes, just like how your feet swell. So I'll wake up in the morning and my denture will kind of be, loose in the morning. That is because that is because the tissue is changing sizes. It fills with blood more. It depends on if I eat something hot, if I eat something cold. My tissue is always changing sizes. So a lot of you are like, well, I can't get a good suction on my upper denture. Well, sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It all depends on my tissue because my bone is gone. The bone is gone, it's absorbed in there, and there's not enough there to hold an implant. I would have to get what's called zygomatic implants I have choices. I would have to get a lot of bone grafting, or zygomatic implants that go up and hook into this bone right here. They do that, which is terrifying to me. I'm not doing that. As of right now, down the road, I might do it. As of right now, I don't want to put more metal in my body. So let's go back to this bone loss. So that's how much bone loss you're going to get. It's going to be over your lifetime. And you're going to just have to keep figuring out how to keep your denture to fit. And they recommend that every 5 years you get a new denture made because like the teeth wear down. The teeth actually do, they'll start wearing down a little bit. And once you start feeling jaw pain, it's time to get a new denture. Anyway, I didn't mean to jump off on the implant row because, down the road I might get some. In fact, my plan was when I had all my teeth pulled out, I had my immediate denture put in, this one. And my plan was, if you go back in my videos, you'll hear me say, I'm going to get implants in a year on the lower because my dentist said I'm going to hate my lower denture. And then from there, I don't know what I'm going to do. Again, I don't hate my lower denture. Look at the difference here. This is my immediate denture that was put in when I had all my bone. I had all my gums, I had all my bone. See how big it is there? See how big it is? Because I've seen some people that have some pretty big lower dentures wide. See how wide it is? It fit me then. Look at that. This is the denture that I'm wearing right now. This is the denture that I got first. Look at the difference in the bone. I had bone and gum here, and this is absorbing. My gums and my bones are absorbing. So, do I regret getting my teeth pulled out? Not one single bit. I mean, I have a pretty smile now. I have a good fitting denture. I wear Denture Box dentures, an online denture that you guys can get too. It's $1,499 for the whole set, but I have a good fitting denture and I don't have a problem. I don't have any problems eating. I don't have any problems. All right, I will see you in my next video. Bye.